What? Do not.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Do not.
You have to. You have to hide the cable.
Oh, okay.
Right. But you have to be careful because it's shorter than it was.
Can I put it over my head?
What? What?
Like this. Okay.
And down the back.
Yeah, down the back.
That was really professionally done.
I know. I'm getting there.
Wait. No, we're live. We're live on Facebook.
We're live there. Hi.
We're live on Facebook, but we're not live on YouTube.
So this is what I was saying. I mean, if I look there, then I'm not looking there.
Can I do what you just did? Can I? Oh no, I can't because all the look, all the cables are tangled up
between your toes.
Oh my! Mom, it's like spaghetti. The cables look like spaghetti.
We should get some cable-free things.
It's gone darker again instantly.
No, it hasn't. Has it?
Or is it just because you've leaned forward?
I don't know. What's wrong with darker?
It's gone darker again because it's not bright enough.
Why is it not on your? Why are we not on your Facebook?
What?
Are we? Oh yeah.
No, of course we're live.
Okay, I
we're
see
live
us.
on the Facebook. Right.
I see us.
And I need to.
Okay.
I need to get the YouTube stream.
Okay.
And I copy this and put this on my Facebook page. But my Facebook page says, what does my Facebook page say? There we go. I hope it's not going to throw audio back. It's going to sound back at me. Okay, there we go. I'll do. Put a link up like that. Of course, no pressing return does not get us anywhere. Okay. There we go. Right. Sorry about the technical things going on here. We're trying to do 3 streams right now. 3 streams. Do you know how difficult that is? Do you know what I've been doing all day with technical stuff? Do you know that I've been ripping stuff apart? Do you know that I've been ripping stuff apart and cutting wires and taping stuff back together? So you would think we were more organized in the 21st century than this. But oh look, Jazzy's using the balloon as a pillow. That's going to be interesting later on. Hi, Jazz. Hi. Yeah, okay. Oh, anyway, things going on in the background there. So, we're I wish I hadn't said anything now, because...
Hi, I'm here as well.
Back?
I'm back, yes.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm sorry, I needed to do some technical stuff, but everything is done, so...
Oh, okay, I was just killing time until you...
So we can go on live.
We are. I'm
Good.
confused now because we've got all these different streams going on. So you can pick
Don't
us up
look
on
at them.
Facebook,
Just
you can pick us up on YouTube. But I have to because
you're the tech support, as well as the man.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with all the technical stuff later on. Anyway, and there's a chat thing going on there as well.
Oh, that's great. And going on there as well.
Yeah. So if you've got any questions about parenting, feel free to write them in the chat. If you agree or disagree, feel free to write it in the chat. If you've had a good day or a bad day, feel free to write it in the chat. If you'd like a cup of coffee, then go to your kitchen and make yourself one, although you probably won't be able to.
You can get me one as well.
The need for coffee. We should have made some coffee.
No, I just drank one anyway. Yeah.
I've just broken a toenail. Right, I'm nervous about the streams because we're doing these 3 different streams. So if you're watching us on Facebook, please give us a thumbs up or a heart or a like. If you've got any questions that you want us to answer, remember to write them there. If you're watching us on YouTube, which apparently there are 2 people watching us on YouTube, so that's pretty cool.
Hi.
You can write something in the chat on YouTube there, and we'll try to keep up with what's going on.
Yes.
I'm going to be like looking over there, looking over there, and looking over there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So, practical parenting, what's it about? It's about making the world a better place, really. It's about sharing information. It's about learning from each other. It's about it's about the time of the evening when you should be going to bed, sitting down and making little recordings for people.
Of course, it's probably not evening everywhere, right? So I imagine that if anybody's watching
Dark. Where's
somewhere,
it's dark. It's
somewhere over the ocean, they'd probably just be having a afternoon siesta or something.
Oh my God, the storms were where was it? Florida.
Florida.
One of my clients.
Cuba.
One of my clients, their son just moved to study in Florida.
Oh
And
dear.
we were having a discussion this morning about, you know, if he was safe and what he was doing, and the parents were really worried.
Of course they were. I would be really worried as
I don't
well.
think they have much to worry about. I mean, it's a big storm, obviously, but you know, it's not like he's in a little boat in the middle of the ocean or something, right?
You don't need to be in a little boat
with
in the middle of the ocean to be at risk, though. I mean, we've seen that before, right? So
I've seen the pictures of those flooded streets though, out in the USA. It looks pretty wild there.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy
it's
that
rough.
we live in a landlocked country.
yes.
No sea, but nice stuff. Anyway, so what's on your mind today? What are we going to cover?
Today I would like to cover some ridiculousness that's been going on connected to the
Ridiculousness.
beginning of the school year, which is not really a parenting topic. It's more like educational topic, right? But
the beginning of the school year.
the beginning of the school year, yes.
Does that happen if you does that happen if you homeschool?
Well, yes and no. It's happened a little bit here.
Yeah.
We're homeschooling our 3 kids, and I have started to introduce a little bit more work into the schedule.
Yeah, but they're
Very
always doing
gently.
stuff. Anyway, I'm just looking. I'm looking into the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Thinking, I'm glad the cameras are pointing this way and not that way, because
I wish we could show. We could show everyone what the kitchen looks like.
I'm happy we can't because
it's covered in papers and pencils right now. The whole kitchen floor is covered in papers and pencils because
little cards.
Because
little
Zora, our 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, has this thing where she gets up at 9 o'clock in the evening and decides that's her most creative hour, if you've noticed. Yeah, and she
says,
works.
Mommy, can I do some school?
Exactly. She comes to me at 9 o'clock in the evening when I'm already passing out, and she says, "Can I do some school, Mommy?" And when I say no, because I'm human, she just goes off and does it herself, right? Like the other day when she took her tablet, and she turned on her tablet and she started copying letters from her tablet onto paper, right? Stuff like that.
Oh, so she was making up words, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's making up her own language right now.
That was
Yeah.
cool. Hey, can you do me a tech favor?
Yeah.
Can you bring up your screen over there? I know the people out there can't see it. Can you go to my page and I've added the YouTube chat link. I
need to put my things on.
Your glasses on.
Yes, because I can't see a thing without
it's all very Superman.
You and that,
Right.
Superwoman.
Okay.
I'm
oh,
a
look
woman.
at that. That looks nice.
That's you.
Pleased with my. I'm saying. Can you click on the top link there?
This
the
one,
podcast?
YouTube one.
Yeah. I want to check that the YouTube stream is working, and then click it off as soon as it comes on, because all the sound will come out and it'll.
Oh no, it
throw me
won't
off.
because I've got the sound off on my
okay.
computer.
Keep the sound off then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
That's on.
Okay. Right.
Can I turn it off?
Please get rid of it. I hate watching myself. Right. I hate watching myself. I hate listening to myself.
That's not very good.
Well,
Yeah.
it would sort of be worse if I loved the sound of my own voice. I think I need that kind of to be a little bit critical of myself. In order to improve.
I also have another topic to talk about, which is aggressiveness in kids, which is an extremely general topic. But I have a particular question that was asked by a mom in one of the forums that I participate in.
Okay.
And it's about how to help aggressive toddlers not to be aggressive.
Right. Well, I just wanted to I just wanted to remind us. I wanted us to remind ourselves.
Yes.
That there's a podcast thing going on as well, where people can't see what's happening. So we have to describe everything that's going on.
Okay.
Because we talk. If we try to show things to the camera, well, could you not do that, please, mate?
Thank
you very
you.
much. There we go. So we have to do that. Okay, right, good. Mental note, done. Done. Organized. Okay.
Good.
So you got some topics that you want. I've got some topics as well. I've got one topic related to what you just said.
Aggressiveness in kids.
No.
No. Okay.
The start of the school year.
Start of the school year. That's a good topic.
The start of the school year, because
School year started.
There was this article from the Daily Telegraph.
I'm going to make myself. Will, can you please stop banging with the balloon, darling? Because
warning, mate. You've had to.
It's kind of disturbing.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
asked you not to do that already. Could you not pull the cables, please, darling? You're just swinging them from left to right in front. I just spent all day trying to set this up, and now you're.
Sorry for swinging them. I was just trying to. Well, now you're pulling them.
Well, I'm trying to put them back where they were before you pulled them out.
Right. You have to make them longer.
I cannot.
Make them longer. Abracadabra. Okay, I'm just gonna go closer.
You've thrown me off. You've thrown me off today already. There's no way I'm going to come up with anything.
So what do you have there then? There's
a. The first thing I have to do is take this remote and point it at that screen over there.
And make it slightly less loud.
Yeah, because that's bugging me. Not only that, that's bugging me. The fact that the YouTube stream is running late and still on the screen there is bugging me.
So stop looking at it.
I have to look at it because there's a chat there.
Okay.
There's a chat there for people to write in on if they connect to the academy.
Oh, there's nothing for them to write it because we haven't really started to talk about anything.
European live coaching channel. It says live, and you can click on that, and you can catch up with the other streams, because sometimes the audio goes chop on the YouTube one. Anyway, the Daily Telegraph, education, how to prepare your child for school in a few easy steps, right? And
right.
Okay. Yeah. How to prepare?
Few easy steps. That just sounds suspicious. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I had kind of one step, but don't.
Don't send them to school. Okay.
Or just like homeschool. Step 1, homeschool. Step 2, back to step 1.
Yeah, it's not everybody's choice though. So when you do send your kids to school, you have to kind of, Eric work with it.
Eric Pam's in the house.
Good. Hi.
How's the car?
Long time no see.
Yeah. I hope they got the car sold. Right. Anyway.
I'm sure they did. They're very chic-ovny.
They are. They've got nice advertisements now as well. I've seen them all over Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, how to prepare your child for school. Now, most kids are like back at school already, so this is way too late. But I thought it was worth looking at the advice that was given to.
Where does this advice come from? That's my first question.
Where does it come from?
Yes.
It probably comes from the government.
Well, it's just like an article on the government website.
It's a newspaper. I said the Daily
Telegraph.
Newspaper.
Oh, okay,
Daily
sorry.
Telegraph, telegraph.co.uk.
Okay.
Right, okay, there we go. As the big first day, especially for students going to school, as the big first day approach, could you do my...
you have to do your BBC pronunciation kind of thing.
Okay, all right. So, as the big first day approaches... That's all kind of Prince Charles, isn't it?
I love it.
I have some recommendations for parents. Then this. I'm going to hide the tablet from you so you can't see what the recommend. These are the official recommendations from the Telegraph for what parents should do. Right.
Okay.
The first recommendation is make trips past the school regularly.
Regularly. Okay.
Make regular trips past the school.
Okay, so that the kids can see it.
You're training the children subconsciously to prepare for the place that they're going to.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Remember to in conversation, in passing conversation, mention the teachers by name.
Okay. Well, that might kind of take away the intimidation factor or whatever. You know, it might make the kids less scared of the teachers if you call them
Why should the kids be
Jenny.
scared of the teachers?
Well, because they're new adult persons. Kids are always.
The what? Oh, okay, right.
You got it. I mean, kids are small,
Okay,
teachers
what
are
does that
big. Kids are kind of, you know, like don't know you, can't trust you, and I'm completely.
Talking about kids, Will.
Could you please stop playing with that balloon?
Touch that balloon again.
Thank you. Dad's going to bite your head off.
Yeah.
No, seriously, he's quite hungry.
I haven't eaten a lot today, actually. So, peaceful parenting. Remember, we don't bite the children's heads off, and until we completely lose it, which doesn't happen because you always intervene in such a
peaceful way, in such a parenting way.
Yes, in a way that I couldn't anyway. So, especially at the end of the day, when my
patience wears thin.
Oh, that's a nice phrase.
See, I speak good English.
Oh,
I speak good English.
Considering it's not your first language, I'm impressed. Oh, by the way, if anyone's got any questions in French, they can ask in French as well. We did a trilingual thing because, you know, you've got so many skills.
Why not? Why not? You can ask in Czech as well. Don't do Spanish much because I could understand like two words maybe out of about 100.
You do the Slovak questions.
You can ask in Slovak, yes.
They can do the English questions.
Yeah, we're all, you know. I mean, you can even ask in Liverpool accent, and he would understand.
God.
Right. You can.
I had enough problems with Hamish Macbeth last night.
You can type in pirate, and he'll understand. You speak pirate, right?
I do.
You speak English, and you speak pirate.
I speak pirate for the first 15 minutes of the day when I get out of bed. That's definitely my morning language, right? So we did two. We're gonna get a couple more in. No, number 3 is ridiculous. Have play dates in the holidays with other students from the school. Oh, it might work.
Oh, that's a good idea. So
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Get to know somebody.
Practice trying on the uniform.
Of course, British stuff. British people have uniforms at schools.
Yes.
That's a bit strange to me because we don't.
Yeah, and you know it's always necessary to check that everything still fits properly, right? As you know, kids are growing.
Kids grow, yeah.
So it's not like your first year, or you know, it's like over the summer they sprout. Over the summer the sprout, and there you go. Okay, remember to read stories relating to school.
Reading stories is always a good idea, relating to whatever, or just talk about it a lot, or role play. If you've got little kids, then role playing with stuffed animals or dolls, or you know, just so that the kids know approximately what to expect, and they'll be kind of ready. Although I don't, you know, I mean, you know, our opinion on school, you can't really. I don't think you can really get ready for that when you're a kid.
I don't think anything can prepare
you know.
For that. Oh, I see learning as a constant activity anyway. I don't think you go to school to learn. I think, in my opinion, school interrupts a lot of the natural learning that occurs. It definitely, you know, puts a big wall between you and the real world. You being a student and sometimes a parent as well. So encourage independence in your children. In hanging up clothes, putting on, taking off shoes, using the bathroom, washing and drying your hands. Oh.
Well, my mum being a primary teacher of the smallest kids, right, the 6 years old in Slovakia, she tells me that the first half a year at school is all about teaching the kids how to raise their hands, asked to go to the toilet and washing their hands afterwards and putting their shoes on and stand in line and queue at the canteen. And
There's basically no time for education.
well, the first half a year, she said, it's basically just training so that they can function within the institution. There is some learning, obviously. There is some, they're beginning to read and stuff, but so a lot of time is given to the functional training, I would say.
Do you remember me saying last night I had deja vu?
Yeah.
I'm having it again right now. If I've looked,
That's because we've done this. It's because we've done this every evening.
Almost every evening for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Trying to get ourselves
It might have something to do with that.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I'm having deja vu about this conversation and.
Have we done this topic before?
Let me think. Education, parenting, maybe we have. Anyway,
I hope other people don't have deja vu.
Anyway, I thought that was an interesting article because I thought some of the ideas were. I don't know. I thought it was kind of conditioning, right? Conditioning the child to be ready for something because psychologically people know that it's maybe not the right thing or the best place or even it's going to be really difficult.
People are maybe parents are worried that children won't have a positive experience. Therefore, they're trying to prepare them for that.
Experience at school, I don't think you understand that this curriculum has been.
We have to prepare our children for the worst.
Yes, remember the children belong to the community, not to the families. Yeah, right.
Anyway,
okay.
I have a bit of a rant kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and rant because I'm really not prepared today because
there is
all day.
There is this cool page on Facebook that I follow, which is I forgot what it's called. It's called like freedom.
That you follow.
I think it's called Freedom of Education or something like that.
Not Freedom in Radio.
No.
Because Freedom in Radio is cool.
No, and it's in Czech language, so I'm just loosely translating. And they have a thing going on right now where they take screenshots of school rules that are.
What's he doing
God,
through there?
I'm not sure. It sounds like the house is falling down.
If you hear weird noises in the background, it's normal.
Parents take screenshots of school rules that are posted, around the schools because it's the beginning of the year.
Oh, these are like school rules.
Yeah, and they put them out, or classroom rules and stuff like that.
Rules for the school, rules for the classroom.
Yes.
Because
you need rules, right? I mean, you need rules, but some of them are a bit, too much for me. They're probably completely normal and usual for the schools.
These are real rules.
Yes, real life school rules.
Real life school rules.
Yes. Like, for example, I'm just picking some, from different schools, but this is all for primary schools, okay? Like, the first rule that I have here for primary schools, which is ages 6 to 14 here in Slovakia, is...
remember, if you agree or disagree, you can write in the chat, and if you've got any other weird rules or you got pictures...
One of this is, for example, you have to let the teachers to perform a test for drugs and alcohol at school, right?
Excuse me? What?
You have to let the teachers to perform a test for drugs or alcohol if they think that you might be under influence at a primary school, right?
There's a bit of a grammar thing going on there. You can't let someone let teachers do a test. Does that mean teachers have to do a test? Does that mean teachers have to do drug tests?
No. Teachers do the test for students. I mean, to see if students
the teachers
have taken drugs.
The test to students.
Yes.
Teachers give students a drug test.
Yes.
In primary schools.
Yes.
You what?
If they think that the kids might be on drugs, right?
Or something, or they've had one too many Mars bars during.
Another one, great one. I love this one.
What kind of drugs are they testing for?
I don't know. Weed, perhaps. In case your average 12-year-old went smoking pot.
I never saw that until I got to university.
I know, me neither.
And I didn't even know what it was when I first
I was like 22.
I was like, why are you smoking plants, guys? That's weird.
It's not tobacco. Anyway.
I had friends that used to smoke spices from their kitchen. I thought that was weird.
Right.
And they I think they just.
You're deflecting. You're deflecting. I've got another great rule.
I'm
You're gonna love
rambling
this one.
because I don't have any serious topics.
Okay.
to discuss.
Children must say hello, loud and clear, to all adults that they meet in the corridor.
What's wrong with that? That's a nice rule. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, that's a great rule, but
Hello.
you must say hello to all adults. What if I don't want to say hello to an adult? What if I think he's
You have to say goodbye as well.
not a nice person?
It would be impolite to say hello without saying goodbye. Say goodbye as well.
What if I think somebody's not a nice person and I'm really, angry at them or whatever? I mean, I should have the freedom to say hello to whoever I want to say hello,
you could
right?
Say, hello, and I'm angry with you. Yeah.
I don't like that. I think that's like the basic freedom being taken away.
What? Forcing people to say hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Another one is great. You're not allowed to record anything, whether
What?
video or audio.
What?
You're not allowed to record anything at school.
Because that would be against the whole principle of education, basically.
Yes.
Record.
I mean,
it would be
you're allowed to write,
No,
okay,
no.
but you can't
Isn't
record audio
this-
or video.
Isn't the scientific method about recording everything? The whole scientific method is about data and
Yeah.
analysis.
Yes.
And you're
yes.
not,
you're not allowed to do that.
You're not
no.
allowed to do that in schools.
Obviously not. Because teachers are paranoid because they're scared that you're going to put them on YouTube and make fun of them or something. I don't know.
Quite right too. I mean, a lot of them are completely useless.
Yeah.
So, wait. We had this conversation before we started that I was not allowed to insult any groups of people, especially related to education or parenting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So don't do that. Don't do that.
This is
There
a
are
bit-
bad teachers. There are good teachers as well. I have experiences of both.
And there are teachers that are in the middle, and they're
Yes.
useless as well. Right.
Anyway, another thing, like some schools decide to administer points, right? Like you got good points, and then you've got bad points, right? So you get good points
Like a
for
score?
yeah.
Like
You get good points for like
a game.
cleaning the blackboard
Like
nicely or
education
something,
is not a
right?
game.
And you get bad points for forgetting things at home, which I kind of understand, right?
What,
You
for
forget your
forgetting things.
yeah, you forget your
brain
at home, so
Your
you get a
your
black point,
slippers,
right?
Your
Eating at
sports kit.
class.
We've frozen on Facebook.
Oh dear.
It never works.
No, it doesn't, does it?
It
That's
never-
a shame. I wonder whether people still get the sound. The beautiful,
Maybe
sweet
they got it.
sound of my voice.
This is going weird as well over here. Touch the screen there. A bit brighter.
No,
There we
that's
go.
okay. Eating at class.
What does that mean if the Facebook picture has frozen? Does that mean like Facebook has frozen?
I have no idea.
Or what is that?
I don't know. Do you want me to check it
Oh,
here?
we can check it because we've got your computer here.
Yeah.
Hey, technology.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do I do that?
Listen
though?
to how do you do that? You go to my page and you go down
there we
and you see
go.
if we're still moving.
We're still moving.
We're still moving.
Yeah.
Well, that means we're okay. That
Are
means
we
it's
though?
just-
Is that like a real time moving?
Yeah, it's only a little bit. There's a small lag on Facebook,
Okay.
but not a big
Okay.
one. That's just saying the same thing twice.
So
right?
these are things that I have problems
Yeah.
with at
Could
schools,
you do me a
right?
favor? Could
Yes.
you not put that on
What?
there?
What?
That because now there's 3 pictures of us, and it's really frustrating.
And both these
that was,
these
that
are both
was,
frozen.
That was frozen as well. No.
Yeah. It is.
Well, I guess it won't be frozen forever. You're refreshing it to see if we move.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So you see, these are things that bother me, that are not allowed at school, and I think they
Trying to
should be
reconnect. Oh, I see. It
allowed at
says,
school.
says the connection's gone.
I see. That's not good.
That's not good. Well, it'll either reconnect or it won't. I mean, how can it not reconnect as we have the fastest internet that you can get in this country, in Europe?
I don't know,
Like-
but that's not a good sign. Look,
What?
it's showing you the beginning of the video.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See?
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Right.
That means
Anyway.
that it stopped.
Well, it might reconnect.
We might still be okay there, though, right?
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Can you do what I asked you to do with the pictures, though, please?
Yeah, I'll just
Scroll up.
do that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Right.
So,
The audio podcast will be fine. If you're,
Yeah.
we apologise for the interruptions in the audio podcast, but issues for tissues. Don't cry, guys. We'll get there in the end.
yeah.
Right.
Anyhow, so these are all the things that really bother me that you're not allowed to do at school, which you should be allowed, like eating at class, right? If you're hungry.
I think if you're hungry, you should be allowed to eat.
Yes.
Except that in the ridiculous situation of having 20 or 30 people in the room, if one person opens a bag of crisps, and it's pretty disruptive for everybody, you know.
Yes, I mean, I understand, but
Here's an invention that needs to be invented.
yes. Silent crisps.
Silent wrappers. Right, silent wrappers for, because you know, like the moment that you, it's all psychological, right? But the moment that you hear someone rustle the little sweetie paper, it disturbs you, and you obviously want one, you know. So, or the bag of crisps. Is there anything louder than a bag of crisps? It's ridiculous.
No, especially when you're hungry.
Right. And somebody else has got the crisps.
Exactly. So next, right? You get bad points, and these are ambiguous things, in my opinion.
Wait, I'm gonna do the Facebook thing again. Like it says,
Yeah.
it says trying to reconnect, and it's not reconnecting. Do you
Yes,
think
I
I
can
should
see that.
finish it and restart it?
Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. Try.
Okay. You make a nice educational point while cushions fall on me. From
Okay. Can I just
behind here.
Can I just continue making my points? Yes.
Yeah, it'll probably be much more concise and relevant
Okay.
rather than having me jumping in.
All the time, constantly. Yes.
I don't do that, do I?
So you get back, but you one school gives you bad points for disturbing, lying, and being cheeky, which all sounds extremely sensible, apart from the fact that these things are extremely relative, right?
Disturbing.
Lying and being cheeky.
That's school, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole point of it. No?
I mean, if a teacher's saying something that I know is not right,
Right.
and I speak up and I say, excuse me, this information is not correct. Right? I say millet is not a cereal but a legume. Okay, for example. I mean, if a teacher told you that millet is a cereal, right? And I say, excuse me, but millet is not a cereal but a legume. I just disturbed them. I was just being cheeky, right? Because I am speaking against what the teacher says. And if the teacher, you know,
can I be Mike Cernovich for a second? And we're back. Sorry.
Cool. And if the teacher doesn't think I'm right, they might even say that I'm lying, you know, if they don't check the information. So
they'd call it insolence and send you out of the room.
Probably, and I would probably
the kids don't know what insolence means.
I would probably get bad points for all three, right? Even though I'd be perfectly in the right to do that. So that's just, you know, very relative. And my totally favorite one is this little announcement about English lessons in one school that tells you that kids are going to get punished for not bringing their homework to school, and the punishment is
they're going to be punished for
not
doing
the homework and
not
bringing
doing
it
something
to school.
Outside of school.
Yeah, and bringing it to school, and the punishment is twice as much homework, right? So you're punishing children by letting them do work which is supposed to be a positive thing for them because it's supposed to teach them something, but you're punishing them with it. So you are immediately creating a negative relationship, you know, between the kids and the work that they have to do because you're using it as a punishment.
Oh yeah, your learning becomes a punishment.
I mean, if you gave the kids chocolate and said, this is a punishment and you have to eat this chocolate, then they're probably going to hate it, right?
Well, they associate work and writing with
something negative.
Yeah, with something negative, that they're in no way motivated to do anything constructive or positive at all. It just teaches them to learn to hate.
Next thing, same school, same set of rules, same class, English language class, right?
Okay.
Collective guilt. Okay. If more than 3 students don't bring their homework to class, the whole class will be given a short test and twice as much homework.
Oh, there's a word for that. Communism.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
There
Socialism.
you go. Socialism.
Bordering on fascism.
Again, you're punishing children by learning.
Punishing, you're punishing children. Well, by what? Explain that.
With learning, with studying.
Oh, you're using learning as a punishment.
Yes, you're using studying as a punishment. So they go to school to study.
Don't teachers get that? Don't teachers get that? I mean, they spend
Obviously
5 years in education, being specially educated as pedagogues. Don't they get that very, very simple point that punishing students with education is not the point of education?
You go to school to study, and they use studying as a punishment. Therefore, you go to school to be punished, right? Like all the time.
That's what I felt like when I went to
There
school
you go.
most of the time.
And another great one.
But they did give you
rules.
extra work as punishment, because I remember I got a couple of detentions when I was at school. Like detention is when you have to stay behind, or you can't go out.
Should I share the new live thing? Sorry for interrupting you.
I don't know how many views has it got. It's 50 people tuned in. Share the new live thing, like say that it continued. Bless you, Will.
Yeah, like it's like we're still on. Technical problems, but we're still on.
It's one of those questions.
Should I? No.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They'll find it if they want to find it.
All right. So.
Let's not ram it down their throats, even if we want to.
And the last one, the same set of rules, right?
Did I interrupt?
Yes.
No, but I was making a point.
Oh,
about
sorry.
the
And then I interrupted you.
What was it you said before that?
Punishing kids with more work.
Yeah, the detention was to write about why we shouldn't do what we've done.
Which is stupid.
Right. I mean,
because if I've done it, I probably, thought that I should have done it.
Yeah, it wasn't kind of as if that's going to make you feel.
You just have to make it up.
What are you going to learn from that? You just learn to hate the teacher, don't you?
You just have to make up something that you don't believe and write it down. You just have to make up something that you think that the teacher wants to hear and write it down.
You know what the most
and ridiculously
retarded punishment of all time was? Lines.
What lines?
Lines. It's just to write.
Oh, of course.
I must not.
Yes. Whoever thought of that?
Chewing gum in class, or I must not write on the table, or I must not.
I know.
Make funny noises.
Whoever thought of that 300 years ago must have been a genius.
And again, all those teachers going, "Oh, that's a fantastic idea. I think I'll employ that in my classroom."
Yeah.
Wow, that's really progressive. Yeah.
So the last
to the Middle Ages.
The last punishment used in this particular class was if the grades, if the children write a test and the grades are worse than the average grade is worse than 3, that's like the medium, right? If you've got grades 1 to 5 in Slovakia, and if it's 3 or worse, then everybody has to write another test.
Oh, collective punishments again.
Which is like, wait, it's not like, okay, they didn't get it, so perhaps we should explain it to them better. No, it's they didn't get it, so let's give them another test to see if they really didn't get it. What's the point of that?
It's a lack of imagination, isn't it? Because you're giving those students who pass the tests, you're giving them the same test again that they've already passed.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same test, but the point is...
Does that actually happen in school?
Yes. The point is, why do you... there's madness.
Have you seen the padded cells?
It's madness. Why do you test twice for the same thing if you've already seen once that they didn't get it and that you have to do something else, right? And
punishing somebody for not understanding something misses the point,
just
because
evil.
you're supposed to then explain, supposed to then help them with not understanding, rather than it's like beating the shit out of some kid who doesn't understand.
We had this teacher who did exactly that thing. We had a physics teacher, and he was great, right? You'd be sitting in class, and he would be extremely angry for some reason, probably because he was trying to get off booze, and seriously, real story,
drunk physics teacher in class.
True story, and he'd be extremely angry, and he would give us something new, right?
Ooh. Sorry, I just knocked all the cables.
He would introduce a new topic. He would say, study it. You would study it quietly, trying not to disturb him. And if you didn't understand I didn't understand something because I was really, I wasn't very good at physics. So I would raise my hand and I would say, sir, excuse me, I don't understand this. And he would say, right, test. Seriously.
He would give you a test because you said you didn't understand something.
Yes.
So that was you're supposed to pretend that you do understand everything and everything's okay.
Or he would call me out to go in front of the class, and he would basically, do an oral examination or whatever you call it. So I almost.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's not what you call it.
I'm sorry.
You don't call it oral examination. What do you call it? When they ask you questions in front of the class and you have to answer.
I don't know. We never had that.
No.
I don't know. But I the only kind of
oral
examination I ever got was at the dentist.
That's what we call it in Slovak. Yeah.
But anyway, I think they've.
So that's just.
I know it makes sense
evil.
in Slovak. The Slovak language, I get it. It makes sense. Like
Ustna skúška.
Ustna skúška even sounds kind of nice in the Slovak language, but it just sounds perverse in English.
Anyway, the set of rules that I just described, like the punishments, right, ended up with a sentence that said, "We're aiming."
Hello, darling.
Guys, can you stop banging the balloons, please? It ended up with a sentence, "We are aiming to create a positive and creative environment at class and support positive relationship of the students to the subject."
I'm sorry, I missed that because I thought there was going to be a bit of a fight going on between the girls over there.
There probably is.
Zora,
can you share the balloon, please, sweetie?
Zora, you just made a lot of noise with the balloon and attracted your sister over to it. So. I'm sorry, could you repeat the last thing again? I have no idea what you said.
I said that the last sentence after these punishments was that we are aiming to create a positive... I'm not going to read it a third time.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted Jazzy to get the balloon because the other kids were not helping her with it. Bob! Sorry. I'm sorry, I promise to listen this time as long as there's not a major... natural disaster going on in the background.
I'm going to say it the third time, people, okay?
I just want to, I don't want to go yes, and not be listening. I don't think that's fair.
Okay. I said that at the end of these punishments, there was a sentence saying, "We are aiming to create a positive and creative environment and support positive relationship of the students to the subject."
The subject?
The English language.
I can't see anything that's hurting on the outside, so it must be on the inside.
Well, there's nothing wrong with your finger, mate.
What happened?
I just went into my room and then it started stinging.
Your finger.
Why don't you leave
Breathe.
it for a little while?
Breathe or stick it under water.
Run under cold water, that's a nice idea.
There you go.
The cold water will soothe it and cool it.
So yeah,
I could do with a cold shower myself, actually.
some schools have no idea.
Some schools.
Yes, some schools.
Have you heard about the padded cells in schools?
No.
the solitary confinement rooms for students.
No.
Eh? Well, just chill. There's nothing wrong with your finger, mate. He's just trying to get attention. I guess.
No, I'm not. It really hurts.
Okay. I apologize. I'm very sorry, Will. It's my mistake. I believe that it hurts. I think you should go and run it under cold water for more than a millisecond, though. And maybe you should get a cup of water and put your finger in the cup. Why don't you fill a cup with water and put your finger in a cup? Then you can get some ice cubes out of the fridge, and you can freeze the end of your finger so that you can't feel it. In fact, why don't you climb into the freezer, actually? And
Stop it. Leave him alone.
he's smiling. He gets it's a joke. I wouldn't really put him in the freezer unless
Because he wouldn't fit.
I fit in the fridge, though.
I could do with my skin to make cocoa.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. There we go. The kitchen will be covered in water, but never mind.
Yeah.
It's just the way that it goes.
It's just the price to pay.
The price. It's all magic.
Comes at a price.
Right. Mad things happening in schools. You're not going to believe what I read.
What?
What I read about happening in school the other day. Right. Title of article is School Punishes First Grader After Misgendering.
Excuse me.
Yeah, school punishes first grader after misgendering.
What on earth is misgendering? Is that the name of his teacher?
What misgendering?
Hello, my name is misgendering. And I will be your teacher this
No,
year.
no, because that would be misgendering, wouldn't it? Because that would be miss.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't have that anymore. Right?
Oh, would you
Right.
have to have a mister?
No, you can't have that either. Because that would be gendering, wouldn't it?
So you're not allowed to gender, but you're not allowed to misgender either.
Something like that. Right.
What was the poor boy doing?
Okay. Thank you, Will. Please don't shout at us, but just enjoy the process. Oh, God, I've lost it today. I'm going to listen back to this and wish that I'd
You'd be like,
gone to bed. And
oh, I've done really well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hi,
darling?
My fingers are weak.
Well, why don't you ask William to give you an ice cube?
Oh, why don't you put your finger in the same glass that Will's put his finger in? Why don't we all go and put our...
Will, why don't you take out one of those silicon muffin cups from the cupboard and put one ice cube in it for Jasmine? She likes that.
I like the way you explain to them, what they need to do.
The cupboard where the baking trays are.
Yeah.
Right opposite you.
Does your finger hurt as well,
That's it.
darling? No. Okay.
Would you like an ice cube in a muffin cup? Well, go and tell Will. He's going to give you one, okay?
Will is the master of the cubes.
And the muffin cups.
Right. Blah blah. I'm not.
So what did he do?
A first grade student. This is really young. A first grade student was sent to the principal's office for committing.
This is like 5 years old, right?
For committing the crime of accidentally misgendering a classmate.
What does that mean?
This misdemeanor, it's entitled a pronoun mishap.
It's very crummy. I don't think we'll be able to
A pronoun mishap is... Will, could you please not shout at us?
Does that mean
we
that
trust you to do
solve the
everything
problem?
that's necessary. Okay. The girl was called to the principal's office to determine if she had intentionally misgendered the classmate.
Oh, wait a minute. So she referred to someone as a he instead of a she, or the other way around. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And she's been sent to the principal office for that. A 5-year-old.
Yes.
Miss Zora does that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's 5, and
I've misgendered people.
and she,
before.
but she doesn't do it because she actually thinks that someone is a boy or a girl. She can do that just because she makes a mistake, just as a mistake in her speech, right? She can know very well that someone is a boy and say she, just as I sometimes call her Jasmine, right?
Okay. The Alliance for defending freedom are quoted as saying, "Our focus is on ensuring that every student's privacy is protected and that parental rights, including the right to be notified, blah, 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 before children are exposed to gender identity teaching." Excuse me? Gender
I don't
ident-
understand it. I
Well,
don't understand it. What is gender identity teaching?
A boy, a girl, I think. Duh.
Well, I
don't
thought
know,
that
no,
was
no,
like
no.
2-year-olds. Okay. What is? Well, first of all, gender identity
Well, no, you know what they're
teaching.
saying now? They're saying now, just because you've got blah, 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 does not mean that you are.
A blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. As much as I don't agree with that, I get that. Okay. But what does that have to do with a girl making a
What does that have
mistake?
to do with education? It's got nothing to do with education.
No, it
It's
has
ridiculous.
absolutely nothing to do with education.
It's confusion. It's not education anymore. It's confusion. That's what it is. Right. Yada yada yada. This school is no stranger to transgender-related controversy. Da da da. In June this year, a 5-year-old boy from a kindergarten class transitioned into being a girl,
Okay.
causing some of his classmates to fear that they too would soon be changing. I'll just be laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm not. This is something wrong. There's something wrong, and it's not with the kids. There's something wrong. Something serious. Maybe the planet is stopped spinning one way and has started spinning the other way. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I say something? Or are you okay? Finish reading first.
The kindergarten teacher was said to have read 2 pro-transgender books to the class shortly before these changes happened. It's programming. They're programming the kids to react in certain ways. I'll shut up now. You can make a comment.
I just wanted to say that I understand the transgender thing. Okay.
I have a much more harsh viewpoint on this
I know.
topic.
To a certain extent, okay. I don't see what that has to do with the fact that a child made a mistake in a pronoun.
Well, language is now a crime. That's what they're saying. They're saying language is a crime because you used accidentally one word instead of another word. And what you're supposed to use anyway, because before it was okay, right?
I mean,
Before it was okay to use the male. It's just... It's distraction. It's designed to stop any education.
When I don't have enough sleep, I can call a banana a bicycle, right? Just because they start with the same letter. And you've witnessed that before.
Yeah, I remember getting up in the morning and seeing you eating a bicycle. And thinking,
No,
what
I
is
mean,
she
I could
doing?
use a completely different word for something completely, different. So a 5-year-old
I get it. All right.
using the wrong pronoun, it's just,
I used the wrong pronouns. Someone going to punish me for that? I mean,
it's
that's-
mental. It's mental. It's making a crime out of being normal.
We talked the other day about the fact that that sometimes we get the girls' names wrong because you just
Yeah,
just
exactly.
come out with the first name, right?
I told you that for the first 5 years. 5 years.
5 years.
For the
Right.
first 5 days of Zora's life, I called her he. I referred to her as he because I was so used to referring to Will.
But you're going to have to go see a psychologist now. You know that because that's misgendering.
I'm shocked that they didn't send me to see the director of the hospital for misgendering my own child.
Well, it's all madness. And if that was the only case of that, fair enough. But I went through the latest education news, and I found in the Daily Telegraph as well, another British newspaper, that a documentary film has been made entitled "Can Our Kids Go Gender Free?" and it's recommended by the government to be shown in all schools. Seriously, they're showing documentary films about genderlessness, I guess it's called.
Well, it's just not biological. I mean, you can. It's just not. I don't know.
It's not education anymore. It's very weird what it's turning into. It's like some kind of odd kind of cultish worship where they're trying to twist things into things that they're
I
not
think
before
it's-
they even aren't anything.
I think it may be an interesting.
Bizarre.
I think it may be an interesting topic to think about or to consider when you're already, a grown person who can think about these topics and decide what he thinks about it, and but when you're a kid and they show you something at school works as a information feeding thing where they feed you Yes,
to
where they
shape.
feed you information into your head and they tell you this is the way it is and this is right. And it's been working like that and it's still working like that. And they can't just introduce a topic and say this is a topic for consideration or to think about, because they're going to introduce a topic like this in the environment where all the other informations are
Where is it
given.
going? What are you doing introducing something to kids
Then-
that young? Where is it going? What's
Then the kids are not going to think about it. They are going to accept it as a fact, because they are taught to accept everything else in school as a fact.
You're accepting things which are not normal as normal. There's no end to it. There's no absolutely no
So
end to it.
whatever you show
insane.
them at school, they're going to accept it as a fact. And as I said, I have nothing against, exploring the topics.
It's harmful, though. I mean, look at this story about a school here that where this documentary was made, and saying that this film should be compulsory viewing in schools all over the land. One little girl said, "I know I can be anything I want to be." A little girl whose princess-themed fashions and accessories were confiscated because they were gendering.
What?
Yeah. All the
Well, if she
was
can be
pretending to
anything she wants to be, then
Well,
she
but
can
that's the whole
bloody
point.
be the
That's
princess,
the subtext.
right?
The whole point is you can be anything that you want to be, except those things which we tell you you can't be, but you can still be anything that you want to be, you understand? You see how it works? It's just like the UN, the United Nations.
Also, they promote
Freedom Charter
tolerance,
that
but they do not
created.
tolerate.
Yeah, it's the UN Agenda on Human Rights actually states you have the right to all of these rights, except the rights which we say you don't have a right to.
Hmm.
It actually states that. No one's read it because people are too busy reading.
Harry
People
Potter.
are too busy reading, not reading. Okay, basically that's why. So anyway, that's a little bit of insanity. So do you have another topic, or what's the story, Moni?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this interesting question that I came across on one of the mama forums where I'm at, trying to help mums and provide some support and guidance. And
Zipped lips, no jokes. Right, I'm listening.
there was. I want to talk about it because I found it very interesting. Okay.
Just before you do that, if you're on Facebook, remember you can join in with a thumbs up or a just checking the streams are okay, or a heart or a question. If you catch up with us on YouTube,
Or a laughing facey, or a sad facey,
something you can make
or
an angry
or an
face.
angry facey.
Yeah, if you don't know
Yeah.
how to write words, you can just click on one of those symbols.
Facey is a nice word.
Facey.
Do you like it?
It again sounds like something else. Right?
I know what. Okay. So
Moving on.
the question, right?
Is
This lady, I don't have the whole question because it was very long, but I'm going to make it shorter. Right?
lost it.
Has a toddler, yeah,
Have a drink.
and this is a 2-year-old boy, and she was asking how to deal with him being aggressive, and she described a behavior where this 2-year-old boy, every interaction with children, would start with aggression and continue with aggression, which would be, he sees a kid, runs to the kid, pushes them or punches them or hits them.
He's
or
2 years old, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
or grabs their hat and throws it on the ground, or,
Okay.
throw sand at them or whatever other, expressions of aggression.
Okay.
And she's like, how do I help him not to be like this? And she said that was becoming a real problem where they couldn't go anywhere because of it,
Okay.
right? Because she didn't know how to react or what to do. She said that she keeps talking to him about it. She's lost it a few times. She yelled at him a few times, which she didn't like to do. She said, we even tried to, spanking, which obviously didn't work, and she didn't like it, and she didn't want to do that. That's why she asked that question, how to peacefully react to that. And so that was, I found that as a very interesting question. How do you deal with toddler aggression? Because it's quite common, even though not to that extent. What do you think? Because I have my answer, and we kind of came to
Putting me on the spot a little bit. but
yes,
okay.
we kind of came to a certain conclusion, right? So what would you do?
With an aggressive 2-year-old.
Yeah.
You said that the mother said that she lost it,
Yeah. A few times, yes.
and that he's losing it.
Yes.
That
But
you-
basically she
that-
said that she's lost it because he's lost it.
No, comes from the parents first. The parents were there first. Doesn't come from the kid, comes from the parents. The child picks up their emotional patterns, their understanding of the world, their reactions from the parents. She's not lost it because the kid's lost it. The kid is not responsible for her actions, but she is much more. She as an adult has a bigger responsibility and duty to be able to control herself. Naturally, children have problems keeping control of their emotions, but I would question whether or not this person is being fully honest about everything that has happened. Now I have to imagine that they're being honest about it because they've mentioned spanking, right? I mean, I don't understand why my child is aggressive when I am aggressive towards my child.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
That you've got to look at see the child as a student and the parent as a master.
Yeah.
Of course, the child is not completely a student, and the parent is not absolutely a master.
Yeah.
But the student learns from the master.
Not all the time, though. I mean, look at Jasmine, right?
I would. Where is she?
Jasmine.
She's not here. Where is she?
She used to bite. Yes, she doesn't bite anymore, thankfully.
Yeah.
But she used to
Since
bite.
She stopped playing all those vampire films.
She,
Joke.
very funny.
Joke.
She now scratches. Have
That
you
says,
noticed?
your battery is about to do something weird now.
It's about to die. I should go and stick it on the battery
Do
charger.
you want to take it back over there? 'Cause
Yes,
don't
I have
really-
to. Mhm.
don't need it
I'll be
anymore
right
as
back.
long as- Oh, so this is being unprepared. I see. Yeah, is it unprepared? This is your butt is in the camera. It's difficult to see other things. Oh. Hurry back! I don't like being here by myself. I'm not exactly sure what to say, and today I'm saying all of the wrong things. So the sooner you return, the sooner we'll have some sanity. Right. Oh.
So, I don't agree with the that
Be careful with the cables.
that
I've made them like a couple of
toddlers pick up their aggression from parents primarily. Well, if the parents are being aggressive towards the children, yes, of
She
course.
said
But
she's been aggressive. There were 2 examples of aggression here. I lost it and I spanked my child.
yes, absolutely, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is,
But
Jasmine has been biting people, she's been hitting people, she's been scratching people.
Rob!
Okay?
Keep up the music, mate.
And she didn't pick it up from me. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't bite her or scratch her or hit her or whatever. Right? So
You're suggesting I used our daughter as a punch bag.
no. No, what I'm saying is, I know you didn't do those things.
Person.
I know I didn't do those things, but she still does them. So I think that the aggression in toddlers is not just being picked up from parents, but I think that in 2-year-olds in particular, it might be because they have no other means of communication yet, especially emotional.
Well, the language is missing, right? I mean, they don't have the ability to, have a constructive conversation, obviously.
Exactly. So and she also mentioned that the child gets aggressive towards the parents as well. Well,
that's not anything weird if the parents have already been aggressive towards them. I mean, what is the child learning when the child sees the parents be aggressive? And where have the parents learned to be aggressive from? Okay.
Well, obviously from their parents, yes.
Well, yeah, and if both parents are being aggressive or they accept aggression, right, which is how I see it from what you've told me, because they don't seem to be approaching it in a peaceful way, therefore the partner must also accept aggression, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. So I mean, it sounds like they're living in an aggressive environment where everybody thinks it's all right to be aggressive. It's probably historical. And
no, that's wrong.
What?
She was asking this question because she knows it's not okay to be aggressive.
Rob, what would you do?
Okay. She admitted that she doesn't want to be aggressive. She was only aggressive about once or twice when she completely lost and didn't know what to do. Okay. And it's not something they want to do regularly or that they agree with. That is why she was asking the question.
It's not something they want to do. Why would you want to do it at all?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't.
You said regularly. You don't want to do it regularly.
They don't want to.
Between regularly and at all.
They don't want to do it at all. Okay.
Well, then why are they doing it? It's obviously not true. If you don't want to do it at all, then don't do it.
You're not listening.
Oh, sorry.
I just told you that they did it because they have lost completely any control of anything.
Doing, okay, no, but
because they didn't know what else to do.
No. Oh dear.
Okay.
That's anyone who comes to me and says I didn't know what else to do. I just think you haven't even tried. You sad person, you haven't even tried. I'm sorry, my opinions are brutal, but it's like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know, read a book, ask someone, go on the internet. It takes 2 seconds.
Well,
right?
that's
just
what they've done.
Go and find an answer.
I just told you.
I don't know what else to do. I did the best that I could at the time. I really didn't. I didn't know anything else. Oh my God. I mean, yes, I respect the fact that people are asking questions. I respect the fact that people are being open and honest. But you've got to. Kids coming and going to knock over everything. With big smiles on their faces. Do you want to come and join our conversation, darling? No. No, don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So, what is your constructive criticism? Because you've just been.
I gave you a lot of what I think.
So well, I don't want to know what you think.
What would you do?
I want to know what you would do. Yes.
Number one, the future is dictated by the past. Always. The future is dictated by the past.
That's not constructive.
Well, that's saying that the patterns that exist and will exist are dependent upon things that happened in the past. You cannot disconnect yourself from the past. You can't just say the past never happened, right? You can't. You can work at step-by-step improving yourself. You can't just click your fingers and suddenly change personalities and make everything great. If that was possible, that would have been.
Are you going to give us some concrete, particular steps that you can do?
Steps to take.
Yes, because you're just speaking, generally, blah 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 blah. We need steps to take.
I give very specific things. Okay, steps. You want steps to improve?
Yes.
Well, number one, I said
how to solve the situation.
Yeah. Look, if somebody comes to the doctor and with no legs and says, "Doctor, I don't know what to do about the fact I've got no legs." It's like the doctor's like, "Well, yeah, there's kind of not much I can do about that. Maybe rub some cream on them, perhaps." I don't okay, so what I'm saying is there are serious problems, and you can't expect to solve all the serious problems, right? You want steps.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, don't want it. Do what you need to do.
But what is it that you need to do is
Not
what I'm asking
be
you.
aggressive, not hit. You got to begin with yourself. The fact that these people want to hit. It's like if someone says, "Oh, I didn't want to hit them, but I hit them," that's not true. You only hit them because you want to hit them, right? So you got to be honest with yourself. You've got to look inside yourself. The problem is not in the child or in the kid. Yes, children have extreme reactions at certain points. Yes, children can't control their emotions, but you begin with you. You begin with what you know. You begin with what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can control you 100%. You can control you. So that's what you begin with. You focus on you. You don't focus on the kid. You focus on you. You focus on you being the prince or princess of peace. Right? Being the model. Being the example. You focus on getting in touch with other people. You focus on getting professional help with losing that angry side, or you find another way to get it out of yourself, either by taking up maybe the person needs to take up some sport or some exercise or something to get some energy out of themselves, right, rather than hitting their kid. I don't know what it is that they need to do, but I'm pretty sure that they have some idea what it is that they need to do. Changing life patterns and habits are extremely complex. So I would say look in the mirror and have a long, hard think about you, yourself, your attitude, your emotion. Realize when you're losing emotion. Have a piece of paper, sit down at the table, think about all the times that you've lost it or almost lost it. Try to recognize some patterns in your own behavior. Work on yourself. You owe you.
Next, what do you do in the situation?
Can I say something first? Well, could you please shut the door, because I can hear the sounds of lightsabers zooming in and out. Is he shutting the door?
No.
Will, could you please shut the door? Does he shut the door? Yeah, I don't need to know that you're doing it.
He says he's shutting the door.
Good. Done.
So, so what do you do in the situation when the situation arrives?
What situation? You don't put yourself in that position.
Is being aggressive towards other kids.
Okay, here's the situation, right? People keep shooting at me. I don't know what to do. Well, don't put yourself in a position where people keep shooting at you.
So you're going to isolate the child from other children?
I never said anything about that at all.
So how do you not put yourself in that situation if the child is aggressive against children all the time?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
Your kid sees another kid, right, at the play park.
Right.
He goes to this kid.
My leg is dead.
Right.
Sorry.
And he pushes the kid. What do you do?
First of all, my kid wouldn't do that, okay?
I'm talking about this mother who asked the question. Her kid would do that.
So I'm the mother, right?
Yes.
That's just, and I see my kid attacking another kid.
Yes.
Will, I've asked you not to interrupt us like that before. Have you got something important that you want to express to us?
I just got a heart attack.
Why did you have a heart attack now?
I heard squeak. It sounded like a monster was going to open a door and attack me, and then I got a heart attack and then I ran.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
The door would end up stuck, but it didn't.
Good.
Okay. It's okay, Will. Don't worry. The monsters are not real. And you've got lightsabers. What are you worried about?
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're not complete real lightsabers.
Okay, well, just pretend that they are then. You can pretend that they're real lightsabers and there's a pretend monster. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Well, I want to see the new move after we finish the presentation, the Facebook, the YouTube, the podcast. I don't know what to call it. And don't forget to close the door, please, because it's really hard for me to focus on the conversation when all I hear is "Zhoo, zhoo, zhoo, zhoo" in the background. What's the question? I'm sorry.
So what do you do when your kid attacks another kid?
Well, my kid, okay,
When your
first of all,
2-year-old attacks another
first
kid?
of all, you don't put someone in the kind of unreal situation. My kid wouldn't do that, okay, because the kid has been brought up in a peaceful parenting environment, so you don't need to worry about it. What do you... love it when he doesn't stop talking. You want... First of all, you can't turn back the clock, right? You've got to realize that the aggression comes... didn't I answer it before by looking in the mirror?
So
What was the first thing
you're
I do?
listen.
My kid, the kid I see, let's make it
Okay.
real. Okay, you can't put me in that position because it's unreal, right? Let's
Okay.
make it real. Let's say I'm at the playground and I see one kid push another kid. And I see that kid is there with their mother. That's a real situation, okay?
Mhm.
Make it real.
So what should the mother do?
The mother should go over to her kid and maybe ask the kid, why did you push the other kid, and get some more information about
Well,
the
he's
situation.
2-year-old. He's not gonna tell you why.
You've got to separate the kids. That you've got to separate the kids at that moment in time so that the aggression doesn't grow. Got to take your kid to one side and say, we don't do that, and then you can return to the situation and monitor it. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Look, that's what I would expect from a good parent if I was standing at the side of the playground watching it, right?
Mhm.
If it was my kid that got pushed over, I would wait to see how the other parent was reacting to the situation. I would then be aware of what's going on in the environment. I don't think that it would help to... if there's a conflict between the kids, it doesn't help if the adults have a conflict as well.
Obviously.
So you don't want to fight fire with fire in that situation, but it doesn't hurt to express how you feel and what you think.
For example?
In a polite way. Well, you don't just walk away from a problem or a conflict if someone does something wrong, imagining that nothing has happened, because if that happens in a continuous basis, that people walk away, then that child will develop the habit even more of being even more aggressive. You can't just walk. You might be part of a bigger pattern. You never know. It might be this child is pushing more children.
Well, that's what I was saying.
You
The kid was aggressive towards all the children.
One child being aggressive towards all the other kids.
Every time there was a kid, the child would be aggressive towards the kid.
I find that, that's a serious problem then.
Yes, I mean that's the whole point of the question, isn't it? Well, my
You go to a
view.
professional and seek help, don't you?
My view was that, yes, darling, help yourself. My view was that I would blame the lack of communication skills. I would think that the child is trying to initiate contact with other children, but doesn't have any other skills other than expressing aggressiveness, expressing himself through aggressiveness. So what I would probably do is I would teach the child how to positively interact with children, right? For example, shake hands if he has the need to touch them, right, physically, then, which I would assume from the fact that he pushes them.
Well, it could
Then I
be
would
that
tell them try to, shake their hands or stroke them or give them a hug, even though some kids might not like that, but it's still better than pushing them, right? If he needs to engage physically, I would try to promote the positive physical engagement rather than pushing.
Well, the physical contact is... It might be that he needs or is used to very, very strong physical contact.
Yes.
It might be that he can't differentiate, obviously, at that age.
I would definitely advise.
Help yourself, darling. I thought you were going to touch the light. I was a bit worried.
I would definitely advise the mother to calm down. It's very easy to say. And I would also advise to not put the child in the situation. I would actually advise to isolate the child from kids for a certain period of time, like a week, say, okay, or maybe 2 weeks. No,
What does the child learn from that?
you give him time to learn the new patterns. Okay, so I would practice the new patterns. I would do the play with the stuffed animals, or whatever things he likes. If he likes cars, I would play with the cars.
Excuse me, one
kind
sec.
of
Will, why are you
role model.
waving your hands manically in the background?
Signals without speaking that how I was going to make a signal. That was going to be how long was that going to be?
Oh, 10, 5, 10
we'll be
minutes.
as long as we will be. Well,
It's not going to be that much longer because we've already been for quite a long time.
yes. We'll wrap up in the next. We'll wrap up in the next 5 minutes, and the more you interrupt us, as we've
The
explained,
longer it's going to
yes,
take.
the more you interrupt us, the longer it will take us to finish.
Yeah. So I would probably practice the positive interaction in a safe environment first, where he can't hurt anyone. And
How about getting like a giant teddy bear and getting him to practice with the giant teddy bear? Is that what you do?
yeah,
or
you
do
can
do something like
practice
that?
with the teddy bear. You can,
Yeah.
I would go, oh, hello car, I would like to play with you. I'm going to shake your hand or something. I would practice with family members, and I would definitely.
This shake your hand thing doesn't register in my head as something that would be reasonable.
Why?
You don't see 2-year-olds shaking hands. You don't.
Okay, not shaking hands then.
Right,
Then
you
stroke. Go moya moya. Okay, a 2-year-old
When?
can do that.
Well, just like walk up to another kid and start stroking them like that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because it doesn't happen that often. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it.
If they need the physical contact to initiate the contact with the child.
What I'm saying is it's a nice idea, but does it happen in the real world like that? I
Well,
don't
if
think
you
it
need to
does.
offer an alternative to pushing,
Stroking.
yeah,
It's kind of the opposite.
it's physical, and it's not hurting anyone.
It would be an interesting experiment.
Right.
What if the
I
what
would
if
tell-
the other child is not
Doesn't
used to people stroking them, right?
Then he can express that. But the point is that my child is not going to hurt anyone. Okay?
Well, if you're going to do that, could you do that in the other room, please?
So I would make sure that he can't hurt anyone while he's still in the aggressive phase. Probably restrain them, tell them hands are not for hitting.
It's not the fact that he might hurt somebody else. It's the fact that somebody else might hurt him. That's the problem, right? I mean, he might come over and
No.
be aggressive, and the other person might just turn around and...
The problem is both. The problem is that he might hurt somebody else just as much as that somebody
what
else
I'm
might
saying-
hurt him. You don't want your kid to push somebody who'll fall over and hit their head on the concrete and bloody break their skull, do you? Right.
Can you not hit your sister in the face, please, darling? That wasn't a very nice thing to do. Please don't do it again. She's hitting her sister in the face.
Zora.
That's the third time that she's done it. Zora, can you put that piece of clothing down, please? What you've done is not very nice. And can you say sorry to your sister? And give her a kiss and a cuddle, please. And I will remind you of what you did when she's aggressive towards you, right? Because you've just been very aggressive towards her. And I will remind you of that when you...
Speaking of which.
You want to fight? Is that what... you starting?
No, I'm not.
I'm just getting started now.
You're
I'm just getting, oh no, yeah, I was waiting for more questions.
I
was just
don't
getting to the point.
really have any more questions. I think that's it,
Yeah, I think
mean,
you have to
we've
be
covered
really careful. Will, I asked you yesterday
We've
not to
covered
run
the-
backwards and forwards between that door.
Can you just ignore him for a while so we can finish
No,
the
because
sentence?
he's right behind you.
So what?
It's the most annoying thing because I'm trying to focus on you, and there's this clown waving a gun at me.
Oh dear. Are you right?
What was the
You
point?
seem to be very irritated. Seem to be very pissed off
I'm
suddenly.
not irritated. It's just I'd like to listen to you and focus on you, but I can't when there's a. How would you like it if there was some clown kind of? Okay, never mind. You're weird. Okay, you'd like it. Okay, right?
Probably yes.
You'd be like,
Probably be entertained.
yes, you would.
No, I'm used to it. I'm just used to it.
Okay, here's the point.
Hmm.
The situation that you discuss or you talk about
Hmm.
has to be real,
Yes.
right? The solutions that you offer have to be real, not just solutions, but they have to work,
Yes.
right? So that the idea of shaking hands is nice, but it's not real. So you've got to be careful about the solutions that you offer.
I am, and I have, for example, Jasmine, right? She would,
Hi, Jazzy.
as I told you, she would scratch. She now has a new scratching thing, where it's a playful thing. It's a
It's a
playful
play thing. I mean,
She
she's
comes,
tried to scratch me.
thing. She scratches your face, right? And I say,
Don't
ow.
scratch my face. You found one. Yeah, good job.
And I can tell her that
that's
hurts,
fine.
please don't do that. And she's just going to laugh and scratch again because it's testing, it's playing, it's,
Well,
whatever.
It's boundaries, right?
Yes.
They're exploring boundaries.
And when I give her the
Which is natural.
alternative, wait a sec. And when I give her the alternative, when I tell her, Jasmine,
Hi, Jazz.
I tell her hands are not for scratching,
Thank you very much. Oh, it's another piece of your burst balloon.
I
Oh,
take her hand like this.
I'm sorry, I'm ignoring you.
I take her hand like this and I say, no scratching. You can stroke me like this. Moya, moya. Right? She catches on. And she goes, moya, moya. And she laughs and goes away. So you can give them alternatives like that. And
I think you have to deal with it at the time as well. I think that's important. I think that people saying, "Oh, we'll deal with that later." No, you got to deal with things as and when they happen.
yeah.
Not leave it to a later point.
And what I would do definitely is I would apologize to the child.
For what? I don't understand. What's the context? What would you-
For former violence.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For
Definitely. 'Cause, oh,
spanking.
you need to because it was a mistake.
Yeah. I
Well,
would.
it's
Sorry,
a
darling.
Serious mistake. But
What's up? Sure.
apple juice. Okay, we'll be finished this
Give me
in
a
about
sec, sweetie, okay?
30 seconds.
So I
We're
would,
gonna wrap it up.
I would apologize. I would say, I'm sorry that, I hit you before. That was wrong to do. And from now
Parents
on,
saying that to a kid.
no, why not?
No, yes, just the parent having to say that to a kid
Yeah.
is crazy.
And then I would say, well, let's just make a rule from now on that nobody's going to hit anyone. I'm not going to hit you. You're not going to hit me or other kids, and we're just all going to be,
Yeah, can you make rules when you have unresolved past situations? That's the question you have to think about. What you have to resolve in
Thank
the
you.
past to solve the future. Right.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap it up here, just as the podcast audio disappears. Let's bring it back. There we go. Right. Thank you very much for checking us out on Facebook. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. If you catch up with us on YouTube, we're testing the streams. We're seeing what works. Give your kids the healthy. Give your kids the healthy stuff, right? The healthy stuff. The pure stuff, not the concentrated stuff full of sugar. Don't jack your kids up with too much sweet stuff.
Well, that's because it's got
Sweet
quite a
stuff.
lot of sugar in it as well. It's natural sugar.
Natural
But it is sugar.
Yes, well, I've seen some Anyway, never mind. That's stories for another day. Stories for another day. If you want to keep in touch with us, it's www.nsa-slovakia.com. It's the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching on Facebook and YouTube. And you can catch up with the 21st Century Mom right here. And what else is going on? Leave your questions for us. Keep in touch with us. Check out my Facebook stream for the daily free mail email that I send out. That's kind of it for this evening. We've got to go and clean bums and provide drinks and food and
you're so cute.
services and
Come here.
tidy.
Yes, can I have a cuddle?
No, you've got to give her the
Alright,
juice first.
of
Okay,
course.
of course you have. Right, let's wrap it up. Thank you very
Okay.
much, guys. We'll speak to you very, very
Thanks
soon.
for watching,
Please,
and
please share if you care, and we'll all make the world a bigger, brighter, better, safer, more peaceful place. So
okay.
people do it
Hopefully.
done. The stream is going bye-bye on Facebook. Bye-bye. And the podcast is going bye-bye. Bye-bye.